Supreme Court nullifies verdict sacking Anyanwu as PDP National Secretary. Trial of leader of proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, commences afresh before Federal High Court in Abuja.
So if there is chaos in that place, there was already a present danger of instability.
Guests on Good Morning Nigeria urge warring parties of Rivers State to prioritize the overall good of the state. Hello and many thanks for joining us on the news desk at 3 on NTN News 24, reaching you live from Abuja. I am Chinenye Ngoyi. An American multinational payment card services corporation has updated Vice President Kashim Shettima on plans to site data center infrastructure in Nigeria. This is in addition to its investment of more than $1 billion in the country, including a technological partnership to foster digital payment solutions, a $200 million investment package, and a partnership with Thrive Agric to empower smallholder farmers and enhance food security in Nigeria. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that Vice President Kashim Shettima assured the US-based corporation team that the patronage and partnership with Nigerian government will continue to grow by leaps and bounds. He applauded them for investing in Thrive Agriculture, noting that the administration of President Tinubu is quite passionate about repositioning the agricultural sector, which is one of the primes in the administration's 8-point agenda.
President Tinubu is really keen on repositioning the agriculture industry here. And we have to embrace technology. We have to embrace modernization. If we want to improve on agriculture, we have to embrace modernity. Improved agricultural prices, improved seeds, fertilization, intermediate technology, and Thrive Agriculture is a company that has focused on food security.
The Nigerian Vice President urged them to also invest in the Outsource to Nigeria initiative of the federal government to help facilitate access to finance for the creative sector to boost the nation's digital and creative economy. Andrew Tor, who led the delegation, said the plan to site the data center infrastructure is aimed at bringing new technologies into the Nigerian market that would bolster the nation's growing digital economy. The Supreme Court has nullified the verdicts of both the Court of Appeal and Federal High Court, which sacked Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The 5-member panel of the Apex Court held that the issue of who is the National Secretary of the PDP borders on the internal affairs of a political party, which is justiciable, thereby making both the intermediate and trial courts to lack jurisdiction. Justice Jemilu Tukoro, who delivered the lead judgment of the Apex Court, consequently struck out the judgment of the trial court delivered in October 2024 and also set aside the majority judgment of the Court of Appeal, which had in December affirmed the sack of Anyanwu as PDP's National Secretary. In the light of this, the Supreme Court subsequently affirmed the minority judgment of the Appellate Court delivered by Justice Joseph Eyo Ekanem, which had nullified the judgment of the trial court on account of lack of jurisdiction. In addition, the Apex Court held that the plaintiff, Aniago Emmanuel, who initiated the suit at the trial court, lacked the necessary legal standing to do so, since he did not show how he was affected by who is the National Secretary of the PDP. The National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party has received the judgment of the Supreme Court, which affirmed that the issue of party leadership positions, including that of the National Secretary, is entirely an internal affair of the party, requiring only the party internal mechanism, to which the courts have no jurisdiction. A statement issued in Abuja by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, said the judgment of the Supreme Court reaffirms the standing position of the party and emphatically settles the emergence of Sunday Udo Okoye as a substantive National Secretary of the party, having been duly nominated, endorsed and ratified through the internal mechanism of the PDP statutory organs and bodies in line with provisions of the PDP Constitution as amended in 2017. It emphasized that, for clarity, the NWC at its 576th meeting held on the 11th of October 2023 directed the Southeast Zonal Executive Committee to nominate a replacement for Senator Samuel Anyanwu upon Senator Anyawu's nomination as the governorship candidate of the PDP to contest the November 2023 governorship election in Imo State. Consequent upon the directive of the NWC, the Southeast Zonal Executive Committee, at its meeting held on the 20th of October 2023, passed a resolution approving the emergence and forwarding of the name of Sunday Udo Okoye to the NWC as the National Secretary of the party. Accordingly, the NWC at its 577th meeting held on 7th of November 2023, pursuant to its powers under the PDP Constitution, duly received, deliberated upon, accepted, and approved the emergence of Sunday Udo Okoye as the National Secretary of the party, whose appointment has also since been endorsed by relevant organs and bodies of the PDP, including the Board of Trustees, Southeast Zonal Caucus, the PDP Governors Forum, and officially communicated to the Independent National Electoral Commission and the public. The PDP commended the Supreme Court for upholding the principle of the supremacy of the party in the management of its internal affairs, describing it as victory for democracy. The trial of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has commenced afresh before the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu appeared before Justice James Omotosho as a defendant in a terrorism charge case. Judiciary correspondent Austin Anyebe reports.
At the resumed hearing before Justice James Omotosho, the defendant Nnamdi Kanu pleaded not guilty to the 7-count charge.
Upon the commencement of proceeding, the defense team led by the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, on behalf of Kanu, tendered apology to the court. The prosecution counsel Adegboyega Awomolo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and his lawyer for the way he behaved when he last appeared before Justice Binta Mutala Nyako.
He has done the right thing. The apology is given to the court, to the prosecution, even to the defense team. What we seek is the good and the unity of the nation, the peace of the nation. And our client, who is in court to seek justice, to have justice administered in accordance with the law, has done the right thing.
He then proceeded to enter his plea of not guilty to the 7-count charge bordering on terrorism. After taking his plea, Justice Omotosho expressed his willingness to expedite hearing of the matter within a short possible time and therefore adjourned the case to 29 March and 5th of May 2025 for hearing, as both the prosecution and the defendant have expressed their readiness for trial. Justice James Omotosho is the 4th judicial officer to handle the matter of Nnamdi Kanu since his trial commenced 10 years ago. Friday proceeding was witnessed by representatives at the National Assembly from the defendant's constituency. From the Federal High Court, Abuja, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
The Ministry of Steel Development is seeking to expand collaborations with the Ministry of Defense in the area of production of military hardware in Nigeria. Minister of Steel Development Shuaibu Abubakar Audu disclosed this to newsmen after an inspection tour of production facilities at the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, in Kaduna. Ekene Ndulue reports.
This production outfit manufactures about 20 million ammunitions annually and 2,500 rifles quarterly. But then, the raw materials for the production are mostly imported. That has been the story of the steel sector in the past 45 years, with Nigeria importing about 4 billion naira worth of steel annually. Minister of Steel Development says all that is changing under the new administration, and the partnership with DICON will see the establishment of a military-industrial complex at Ajokuta.
We want to produce and provide the steel raw materials locally. We're also having very high-level discussions and in the final phases of signing an MOU with DICON, Ministry of Defense, and Ajokuta for production of military hardware subject to Mr. President's approval.
So with his visit today, we are hopeful that with the cooperation that's being developed, there's going to be prospects for DICON to do better.
The minister also visited the former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, in his Kaduna residence, where they held discussions on the steel sector. In Kaduna, Ekene Ndulue, NTA News.
President of the Nigerian Correctional Officers' Wives Association, NICOWA, Victoria Nwakuche, in partnership with the Sisters of Virtue organization, has secured the release of 5 inmates from the old medium security custodial center in Kefi by settling their fines and compensations. The gesture aims to decongest the facility while giving the beneficiaries a second chance at life.
So we are presenting this as part of the fines to release all of these young men. Because you have developed yourself, go out and be a good person. And make sure you don't come back here.
The delegation also visited the female wing of the center in continuation as part of the 2025 International Women's Day celebration, donating essential supplies to inmates and appreciating staff for their service.
See, we have tailoring departments going on. We have our little farm, that's to encourage those who are interested in this farming aspect of agriculture. We have people making shoes. These are the things happening out there. So you are not missing anything. We are in it with you all.
The visit highlights the power of collaboration between government officials, non-governmental organizations, and the Nigerian Correctional Service in creating a correctional system that prioritizes rehabilitation and second chances. You're watching the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There will be more reports when we return. Do stay.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Many thanks for staying on. The Northern Regional Caucus of the House of Representatives, comprising members of the 19 northern states and FCT, has backed President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, describing it as apt, timely, and in the country's best interest. Chairman of the caucus and former majority leader of the House, Al-Hassan Ado Doguwa, made this known in a statement after Thursday's plenary, while stressing the need for restoring law and order in Rivers State. The caucus notes that Nigeria is greater than political coalitions and their conspiracies. It advised coalition of opposition party leaders to live above partisan lines and support President Tinubu's decision, emphasizing that the constitutional proclamation in Rivers State has come to stay. The warring parties of Rivers State must swallow their pride and prioritize the overall good of the state rather than insisting on having their own political agenda. This guest on Good Morning Nigeria say is the only way to bring back political structures in the state. The guests also want the National Assembly to harmonize their resolutions to the president. Lydia Sampson reports.
Endorsing the emergency proclamation in Rivers State, the guests acknowledge will enable the people re-evaluate their decisions and hopefully work for quick, amicable resolutions.
Rivers State is the treasure of this country. And if he did not handle this in this particular way, there will be chaos. You know, like I said, over 95% of our revenue as a country comes from Niger Delta. So if there is chaos in that place, there was already a present danger of instability.
They, however, did not rule out litigations that may arise from the deployment of voice votes, which may be considered not a true representation of 2/3 of majority, as stipulated by the Constitution.
The National Assembly must feel this challenge and then make appropriate laws for declaration of a state of emergency, where it will state whether the democratic institutions like the House of Assembly of the state can be done away with, whether the governor can be suspended, because there is a dispute. There is a dispute now that under the Jonathan administration, the legislative house and the governor was not suspended.
While the debate continues on the suspension of the key political structures in the state, the guests acknowledge why it was necessary, as they are the key players that necessitated the state emergency proclamation through their actions of making the state ungovernable, stressing that the president took the decision he deemed best suited. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
As antimicrobial resistance, AMR, poses a significant threat in Nigeria, guests on Good Morning Nigeria believe individuals can play a crucial role in mitigation. They advise individuals must only use antibiotics under medical supervision, as misuse is a major driver of AMR. Promoting hand hygiene and vaccination, they also noted, can prevent infections. They also recommend raising awareness about AMR among family and friends is essential. Additionally, supporting efforts to improve sanitation and reduce environmental contamination can help reduce the spread of resistant organisms. Collective action, the experts noted, is key to essentially safeguarding public health and for Nigerians to contribute to a broader national strategy against AMR. Autism spectrum disorder is a disorder that has been overlooked in Nigeria for quite some time. But in recent years, it has attracted more attention, allowing more individuals to be properly diagnosed and treated with specialized support. 14-year-old Kanyeya Chukwu Tabo Okeke, with the help of his family, is shining a spotlight on autistic children who possess artistic abilities. Tope Alabi reports on how autistic children can excel in their field and are proving that with the right support and tools, anything can happen.
Kanye Chukwu is an award-winning artist who has exhibited his artworks in various countries around the world, such as Canada, Nigeria, the United Arab Emirates, and has currently broken the Guinness World Record for the largest art canvas painting titled Impossible Myth, measuring 12,303 square meters, which is set to be unveiled on 2nd day of April 2025.
Kanye's story is an inspiration to every child out there, to children on the spectrum who feel they can't do beyond their limitations.
Kanye and I were not really close, but I've heard about him, I've seen him paint, I've seen him work, and he's very passionate about what he does, despite his disabilities.
He's a very passionate, driven person who he wants to do what he wants to do, and I think that's a very good thing about him.
Between 3 to 5 years, that's when we discovered his passion for paint, because I think I've said this so many times. He used to paint everywhere on our walls and paper everywhere. So it kind of grew up on us that this is what he likes doing.
Kanye Chukwu has a subset of autism called non-verbal autism, and his art serves as a means of communicating his emotions when words could not, through colors and poses. Within the art, the General Secretary, Society of Nigerian Artists, Roland Goyed, said the achievement not only breaks art, but also challenges artistic convention and societal expectations, demonstrating that art is a space for all, and that neurodivergent individuals can contribute meaningfully to global culture and discourse.
Don't think of the journey to the end. Think of the beginning and think of the end. Visualize how you want it to be and take the first step. Because if you think of all the difficulties, you will never ever do it.
This exhibition is much more than art, but a chance to educate caregivers and the general public on embracing the difference in neurodivergent individuals and showing care and support to those who may require it more. Tokbe Alabi, NTA News.
With the second reading of a bill seeking specified roles for traditional rulers in national decision-making process, some traditional rulers met with the sponsor of the bill, Senator Simon Lalong, to harmonize interests before the public hearing that will facilitate passage of the bill. National Assembly correspondent Amina Seidu reports that the chairman, Traditional Rulers Interfaith Committee on Constitutional Review, King Apollos Chu, led the delegation to the National Assembly.
King Apollos Chu, the Ebere Emir of Eleme Kingdom in Rivers State, commended the efforts of Senator Simon Lalong, which focuses on creating a framework where traditional rulers are recognized not only as cultural custodians, but also as partners in governance.
Before the public hearing, it will be very necessary for us to consult you people, direct us what are the preparations that traditional rulers need to do before that public hearing that will enhance to achieve the good job that you have started. You are paving way for things that other people neglect, the importance and matters in the life of traditional institutions, in the life of keeping community peaceful and direction.
It is now at the public hearing. Just like His Royal Highness said, when you get to public hearing, that is when you have an opportunity for everybody to contribute. You may have people who will be for, and you have people who will be against. So it is your duty now to prepare for. We cannot stop people from filing memos against. But our own is to encourage that this bill be passed.
Some of the traditional rulers say there is a glimmer of hope, as the bill, when passed, will legally recognize their influence.
We are here to thank you and the Senate President and members of the National Assembly to appreciate what you have done to National Council of Traditional Rulers.
There is a consensus that the bill has the potential to strengthen governance as well as foster unity, peace and sustainable development. From the National Assembly, Amina Seidu, NTA News.
In recognition of individuals who have demonstrated exemplary leadership, innovation and unwavering commitment to the advancement of project management in Africa, especially Nigeria, some individuals have been honored at an event held in Abuja with the theme Honoring Excellence, Progress, Inspiration. The event brought together inspirational personalities to celebrate these laudable qualities, organized by the Association of Practicing Professional Project Manager. The focus is on promoting and encouraging best practices and fostering knowledge exchange while ensuring project managers come together to achieve meaningful contributions to national development.
I want to say that I'm honored and appreciative to the association for recognizing my little efforts. And over a year ago, when we came on board, all our programs, projects, policies has been to advance the interest of Nigerian students, especially in the area of capacity building, in the area of leadership development. So unknown to me that this little effort that we are making, the people are actually watching and people are actually recognizing it.
Our mission is to help upgrade the trade skills of Africans across the continent.
The purpose of our association is to bring professionalism, leadership, and innovation into the Nigeria project management space. And that is what our motto, and that is what we stand for. And we want a situation whereby majority of all the project errors, project management errors in the past, it baffles, it is saddening. So we don't have any other option than for us to come together to salvage that sector of economy.
The Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission has airlifted more than 200 intending pilgrims to the Holy Land. This will be the last airlift by the Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission in the 2024 main pilgrimage exercise to Israel and Jordan, which began on December 22, 2024. Executive Secretary, Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, Bishop Stephen Adewite, represented by the Director Administration, Sonny Ebiaibo, urged the pilgrims to conduct themselves in a respectful manner and be good ambassadors of Nigeria, upholding the nation in prayer as they converge on the holy site.
When you get to Jordan and Israel, please make it a point to pray.
It's all about spiritual renewal and also enhancements. It helps us to also become better citizens in terms of the fact that we all play our part in nation building.
Turn is to renew my spiritual life and to thank God for what He has done in my life and has done for Nigeria as a country.
Such things that are good and godly over there, they're replicated in Nigeria. That is our earnest heart desire.
Pilgrims will spend some days in Jordan before proceeding to Israel to continue the rest of their pilgrimage journey, which is scheduled to last for 10 days. And that concludes the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Nwue.